The Buffalo Bills just put the entire NFL on notice. Bills Mafia, what in the world did we watch last night? This wasn't just a win. This was a massive comeback and probably one of the best regular season games that I have ever seen or witnessed. And it's an amazing way to start the NFL year, especially with the 1-0 record going into this year, playing against probably the second greatest AFC team in the entire NFL. But the Buffalo Bills, in front of our eyes, were rewriting the entire script. Dr. Strange was sitting there and Josh Allen was talking to him and he asked him, how many ways is there possibly for us to win? And Dr. Strange was like, there's just one way. And Josh Allen knew it. He took it and he finished and he won. And actually, at some point last night, there was all these graphs and all the numbers being crunched, right? That there was a 99% win probability for the Baltimore Ravens. But with 5 minutes left, down 15 points, 40-25, the Baltimore Ravens crumbled and they absolutely let go of the lead, right? They snatched defeat out of the jaws of victory is really what happened there. And the Buffalo Bills, with a 1% chance to win, they took it and they did it. And it was amazing, right? The Buffalo Bills in the midst of this have just made the NFL, or put the NFL on notice that they are here and they're here to stay. And it doesn't matter how many points their defense gives up. They are going to go punch for punch and they are going to last until the very end of the game. So let me ask you, Bills fans, what's the greatest comeback that you've ever seen in Bills history? What was it for you? For me, it was this game. And you know, the other funny thing within all of this was I was watching on Twitter all the people posting all the times that John Harbaugh has lost these monumental games, and which is just incredibly sad for them. But hey, great for us in this beginning of the season. But yeah, for 55 minutes, the Baltimore Ravens were pretty much owning this game. Now it started off okay with the first drive, but Lamar Jackson was just driving against us. He couldn't be stopped. Literally, drive after drive for their offense. They were carving us up. There was so much open space in our secondary. Cole Bishop tried to do like a 15-yard back from the line of scrimmage blitz. Like, what is going on with that? Derrick Henry, though, was bruising. He was running down, and he was like untouched on a couple of his runs. DeAndre Hopkins had an insane one-handed catch. That was terrible. I hated that. But again, the analytics were like 99.1% chance the Baltimore Ravens are going to win. And even like even the announcers, even Chris Collinsworth was sitting there online and he was just saying, he's like, oh yeah, like this is going to be the team to beat. This is going to be the team to beat. But hey, guess what? They were beat. You know, football isn't math though, right? With statistics and probabilities, they're all great, but football is truly chaos. And in Buffalo, chaos is red, white, and blue. Then it all unraveled. Derrick Henry coughs up the ball. He turned mortal, right? The 31-year-old father time in some way hit him because he let go of that ball in a way that he's not usually prone to doing. But the door was cracked open by the Ravens because of their mistakes, getting a sack, getting a hit on Lamar, leading to the Bills knocking the door down. And be real with me, right? Did you think it was over at 25-40? I honestly, I was getting a little tired. I had a long, like 13, 14 hour workday and I was tired. And I was like, man, this stinks. Like this is a bummer. I'll just be honest with you. But again, imagine turning the game off or imagine leaving the stadium. Like, I'm thankful I kept the game on. You know, the second we got that Keon Coleman touchdown, I was like, oh, I'm right back into this, right? But here's where the game flipped the script, right? And I know, you know, of course, there was the DeAndre Hopkins touchdown. Of course, you know, we won 41-40, but Josh Allen under the lights was absolutely, he was absolutely dominant. You know, I was going back and forth all week with Ravens fans showing up on the channel, showing up in the comments, and they were just absolutely dogging us, saying, you guys can't stop us. It doesn't matter if we don't have this person or don't have that person. But you know, at the end of the game, Lamar was getting tired. He was cramping, according to reports that were coming out today. But you know what's really funny about that? There's actually a video I want to show you here. Here's where I think the cramping started for Lamar Jackson. Let me see it. Boom. Yeah, this is what Greg from Cover One said. I just thought that was so funny. Let's just watch this again. Just a second here. Takes a snap at Oliver. Comes in, just boom. That's where the crap started. I love that. But hey, we won. It's great to do. But then I also love, you know, Joey Bosa here saying this. He's like, I don't know if I've ever been so happy from a win in the regular season, right? And again, this wasn't a garbage time win. This wasn't a meaningless game. This game has all the implications for the end of the season with the first round bye. Again, this was a quarterback in Josh Allen, absolutely throwing the team on his back, throwing the defense really on his back, and and saying we can still do it. And then, of course, we got Matt Prater coming into our team like less than 2 weeks ago, absolutely drilling a walk-off field goal, right? The crowd didn't just cheer. It went insane. You could hear it. I mean, I was at home. I was watching on my TV, but you could hear it. I was just in awe. This is so weird. I literally took a picture of my TV to remember the moment. I'm just like, this was insane. And again, while Josh Allen was fired, there was a second-year player who really stood out to me, and that was Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman had 11 targets, 8 catches, 112 yards, and a touchdown. Massive plays by him. He is showing us that against one of the toughest secondaries in the NFL, he can show up, right? Rookie, as a second-year player, developing guy, he's coming in, and he has finally showed us that the questions all year last year as a rookie were like, hey, is this guy going to be the guy who's going to take the leap forward and be the wide receiver one for us? We know everyone's mad about the trade we made, but you know what? Keon Coleman is showing that he has developed as a receiver. He has developed as a route runner. He does have some synergy with Josh Allen. And you know what? Whether he gets the 2-point conversion at that one point in the game or not, personally, I think that we got pushed out, and so he should have been okay to reestablish himself. But ultimately, that's not what happened, right? Keon Coleman showed, regardless of what happened, and it doesn't even matter anymore because we won, but Keon Coleman showed the whole world that he is him, that he's the wide receiver one. And again, can we just acknowledge too, I want to show you guys this. On this picture here, at the bottom of the screen, you see Jackson Hawes, that play with him running down and Josh Allen just locking in. We're going to just Keon Coleman, not getting any attention from Josh, just standing there. But then we've got Jackson Hawes absolutely running down the field. Josh Allen is in his mind. He's like, we can go win this game. Let's go win it. And again, this is just what we want to see out of the Buffalo Bills. We want to see the grit. We want to see the toughness. We want to see the consistency. And again, Buffalo stayed in the fight, in the ring long enough until Baltimore collapsed. And when they did, from DeAndre Hopkins, all of that stuff faded away because we showed up and we showed out. Again, Derrick Henry, he had a great game. Lamar Jackson, he had a great game. The Ravens, frankly, had a great game. They dominated our defense for the majority of the game. But a guy like Ed Oliver, he showed up. He showed up in a powerful and strong way. I already showed you the clips, but this is a guy who made time and time again plays that we've expected of him ever since he was a top 10 draft pick. Again, the Buffalo Bills were not the suffocating secondary and the dominating front seven that we wanted, but you know what? At the end of the game, they were bending and breaking in the first, second, and third quarter. But in the fourth quarter, when it mattered the most, they showed up and they got the takeaway. They got the turnover that actually mattered to propel us to the win. Again, all the analysts, and even today, they're like, "Oh, the Bills defense still wins." And if Baltimore is doing this against them, then anybody can do it against them. But it's like, no, they stayed in the ring, they stayed in the fight, they took the win. It's 1-0, and they're on to the next week, right? The next 5 or 6 weeks here for the Buffalo Bills are absolutely critical. And can I just spoil a video that I'm going to do in the upcoming weeks? Or in the upcoming day or so, the Buffalo Bills, in the last 5 years, they've always started slow on their defense. And you know what? This year might not be any different. They might be one of the toughest units going into the season, but they just played a top 3, a top 5 offense in the NFL with a little bit of rust, missing some players, missing Trey White, missing Maxwell Harrison, missing Hoyt, missing Ogunjobi. What's going to happen when we get those players back? Right? Either way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't spoil my night if our defense doesn't play well because we got the win. And at the end of the day, it's about the win-loss column, not how I feel about the team. Right? Bills Mafia, this wasn't luck. This was our team showing out that they are one of the best and most dangerous teams in the entire NFL. This was Keon Coleman announcing to the world that he is him and that he is wide receiver one. This is Ed Oliver and Matthew, 41-year-old Prater, telling everybody that Buffalo plays till the final whistle. So again, what's the bigger story for you? What gets you most excited about this game? Was it Josh Allen? Was it Coleman? Was it Prater? Was it Ed Oliver? Was it Matt Milano even just dominating a guy like Mark Andrews and holding him only to 1 catch and 5 yards, right? Drop your thoughts below. But hey, if you're a diehard Bills fan and you're still watching this video, I just welcome you. Join our community. Every single day we're having conversations about football games, about football things, everything Bills related. We say here, we're crack the table, all Bills, no breaks. But again, my name's Colin and we're just getting started. So excited for this Bills season. This is going to be amazing. It's hard to not be super stoked, super excited because of what happened last night in Orchard Park. See ya. Have a good day. Bye-bye.